All right, we back in here. I've been seeing a lot of idiotic, moronic stuff online when it comes to Trump and Kamala Harris, and it really gets on my nerves. It's to the point where I'm almost over this whole election cycle, right? Uh, you know, it really gets on my nerves to where I see a lot of these people online talking, whatever like that, right? It's just like I am so done with this election cycle, right? Especially with Kamala Harris. I mean, this woman puts out vague information, and then we supposed to use our imagination to fill in the blanks. And then you got shills, plants, operatives, sellouts, and bootlegs on the left trying to talk up for her and trying to tell us where her policies are. They're speaking more for her than she does for herself. And then you get the same thing on the right. Trump puts out some empty rhetoric about whatever, right? He always fanning the flames of dissension. He is always this doom and gloom with this guy unless he's the hero, unless he can come in and save the day. And then you get that stupid fucking idiot in Byron Donalds. Yeah, Byron Donalds, you might call yourself trying to sound smart on the Breakfast Club, but we all know that you're nothing more than Gorilla Grodd and a goddamn suit. You fucking coon ass motherfucker. The fact of the matter is, the Tim Scotts, the Byron Donalds, the Jesse Lee Petersons, the Larry Elders, all these fucking ass clowns, and anybody else that's of the low hanging fruit will come up here and try to talk up for Donald Trump. And they always try to deflect and switch the topic up. Can't answer a goddamn straight question to save their goddamn life. Right? We don't benefit from either of these individuals. Right? So what I'm saying is you can't talk about one without talking about the other. Because the fact of the matter is neither one of these individuals have put any kind of policies in place that's only going to benefit black people. No! We just don't benefit from either one of these guys. Neither one of these guys is offering nothing. So they get nothing. They ain't getting nothing from me. When I say Couch 2024, I mean that shit. When I say Couch 2024, that means I'm gonna be on the couch watching TV, or if I'm lucky, I'm gonna get my fuck on that couch. But as far as like me going out my way to go vote for these clowns, absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely not. It's just not going to happen. We got way more stuff to be content with than this. I don't care about Kamala Harris's ancestry. What is that going to do for me? How do I benefit from this chameleon ancestry getting exposed by a fucking grifter in Candace Owens? Because you know she's doing this in bad faith. Now all of a sudden, she wants to be some goddamn detective and all that, right? She wants to be the sleuth that uncovers the mystery behind Kamala Harris. The fuck out of here, man. Candace Owens is a piece of shit. Period. And she has no problem being a lying, grifting con artist. So you think I'm gonna take anything Candace Owens says seriously? Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. And then when it comes to Trump, when it comes to Donald Trump. Now, apparently, Trump is going to be back at the same area that he almost got killed at back on July the 13th, which is in Butler, Pennsylvania. I guess he's doing that to project some form of strength and that nothing is going to stop him from doing whatever, right? I just don't, I just don't, I just can't rock with that. So what? He's going back to Butler, Pennsylvania. For what? So you can fan the flames of dissension even more? So you could talk more shit about uh whatever? And all the paint this picture of doom and gloom unless he could single-handedly come in and save it. The fuck out of here, man. I'm so over all this bullshit when it comes to the Republicans, when it comes to the Democrats, and all the circus that they're putting on. I'm over all this bullshit. Straight up. Both sides of the aisle are responsible for black people dying at the hands of police. Both sides of the aisle are responsible for why the black community is impoverished. You go around Baltimore, you go around Atlanta, you go around Philadelphia in some parts, you go around Milwaukee in some parts. You go anywhere where it's predominantly black. What's up, David Joseph? Salute to you. You go anywhere where it's predominantly black, and there's slums, there's homeless people, right? Crime is like at an all-time high because they're so impoverished to where people are desperate and they're not helping each other, they're killing each other, and it's by design. But the problem with a guy like me trying to explain this, that you got people out there that don't understand it, that don't want to listen to it, that always want to throw their hat around one side of the aisle or the other, because one side of the aisle is so bad and the other side is so good. If you're a Republican, you think the Democrats are bad. If you're a Democrat, you think that the Republicans are bad. But I'm trying to tell you, both these motherfuckers is evil. That's what I'm trying to tell you, dumbasses, man. Anyway, bring temperature down a little bit. Almost lost my voice the other day, going off about the Mets being brought back from the dead. So I had to bring the temperature down a little bit. But the thing really irritates me that even in this very day, we still got people out here that still can't see what the fuck's going on. They still can't see that both sides of the aisle are just as responsible for why the black community is in the struggle that we're in right now. Now, I don't want to hear nothing from these bootlicking, Sambo ass, coon ass, bed winching, or niggas out here sitting here talking that shit about, oh, we got to go vote because your family and your ancestors died for that right to vote. I don't buy that. Now, I can buy the fact that my ancestors died in a fight to have a better standard of living, to have a better life, but I don't buy this notion that my ancestors died just so I can go to some goddamn voting booth and vote for my own demise. So let's give me this bullshit about, oh, we got to go vote because our ancestors said so. Because they died for that right. I don't want to hear that bullshit. You take that bullshit somewhere else. You guilt trip somebody else with that bullshit. I don't fucking buy that. Hell, I did 20 years in the fucking military. You know who sends us to war? These goddamn politicians. The old people who declare war, but it's the young people that got to go out there and fight that war. And then when we come back in the box because of these lying ass motherfuckers here. What we get? Oh, we get a flag draped over our coffins. The family gets a perfectly folded flag in the memory and a letter from the president. That's it. And you wonder why people don't want to join the military. You wonder why it is a struggle to get a young person to join the military. For what? Long hours, low pay. You're gone for like so many months out of the year, all to fight some political battle. Because these lying ass fucking politicians, if you understand how this shit works, these dudes is bought and paid for by the corporations. If they campaign doing this. So when you sitting up here listening to Kamala Harris talk about we're gonna make the billionaires pay their fair share in taxes. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because they rely on those same corporations for campaign donations and shit. Same thing with Trump. Same thing with all these goddamn politicians who come to Congress broke and leave multimillionaires. They're not about to sit up here and make billionaires pay their quote-unquote fair share in taxes. When they look to these same corporations for campaign donations and shit. Both sides of the aisle does it. What's up, KG? Super my man, Kid Gravity in the building, right? Think of it this way. How come Martha Stewart goes to jail for insider trading, but Nancy Pelosi doesn't? Huh? Make it make sense. If I pull up the receipt of every congressional member who has violated that Stock Act, right? For those of you who may not be aware of what the Stock Act is, stop trading on congressional knowledge. That's insider trading, right? They all do it. But yet, if you and I do that, we go to jail. They can do it, and they can rake in tens of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars from that shit. COVID money that if you get caught with a violated PPP loans, you'll go to jail because a lot of people get rounded up on that PPP loan shit, right? All the meanwhile, you got politicians and they taking PPP money and they don't got to pay back a dime. Not only they don't got to pay back a dime, but they get to write it off on their taxes. Make that make sense. So they don't got to pay the money back. They don't got to claim it as income, and they get to write it off on their taxes. But yet, if you happen to be a taxpayer citizen and you get busted on that PPP loan, you're going to go to jail. That's right. Both Republicans and Democrats do it. Again, that thing that you see on TV with Marjorie Taylor Greene calling people names and AOC clapping back at Marjorie Taylor Greene and all that bullshit is political theater. We don't benefit from neither one of these people being in office. We don't. What you see in Congress is all political theater because I guarantee you, anybody that lives in D.C., you go to D.C. on a Tuesday afternoon or Monday afternoon during lunchtime, and both of them people are walking together, both Republicans and Democrats, walking lockstep, going to a bar, going to a restaurant, going to lunch somewhere, hell, sitting out at a park. A lot of people out there don't even realize how they're being played by these lying-ass fucking politicians, especially in the black community. We cannot be part of this syndrome to where we got coons and buck dancers and sellouts attacking me for attacking what's being put in front of me and not attacking the real problem, which is this. Why when the topic of reparations come up, right? Because look, both sides of the aisle has basically made it clear where they stand on reparations. They sit up here and talk about, oh, well, it's the fabric that tears the country apart. But we got religious affiliations, right? We got political affiliations, all the way down to who's your favorite football team, of what divides the country. Again, we got political affiliations, religious denominations, all the way down to who's your favorite football team. Hey, I'm a Giants fan. I'm an Eagles fan. Let's fight it out at the Vet or at MetLife Stadium. Oh, the Vet, man, that's how you know I'm getting on. It's not the Vet. It's not Veteran Stadium anymore. It's Lincoln Financial Field. Yeah, let's fight it out at the Link. God damn, boy, I'm getting old, bro. I'm still thinking of Veteran Stadium. Jesus Christ. Anyway. But when the topic of reparations come around, oh, that's the thing that tears the country apart. That is going to tear the country apart by the seams. You let both these goddamn Republicans and Democrats tell it. Both these motherfuckers is telling us no to our faces when it comes to reparations. They just go about it differently. But at the end of the day, both of these motherfuckers is telling us no to our faces and all that. But yeah, I'm supposed to go out my way to vote for these clowns? Huh? What's up, Reef? I'm supposed to go out my way to vote for these clowns when they're telling me no to my face when I'm demanding tangibles. Everybody else can get tangibles, though. Everybody else can get resources. Everybody else can get subsidiaries. And yet, I'm supposed to just sit here and just vote for my own demise. And then when midterms come around, I'm supposed to vote for my own demise again and have, sloppy ass motherfuckers like that big titty bussy boy, Roland Martin. Yeah, because you still ain't answered that question yet, you motherfucker. Why you had a picture of a bucket naked dude going down the tunnel of love? But he gonna sit up here and browbeat me by not voting for Kamala Harris? And then, we got this goofy shit going around online trying to, figure out what she is and what she isn't and all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck if she was a chameleon in the tropical rainforest and she turned polka dot. I don't give a fuck. The fact of the matter is she ain't doing nothing for black people. That's why she don't get my vote. And again, you think Candace Owens doing that shit in good faith? Hell no, she's not doing that shit in good faith. Nothing that mangy hyena who suffers from malnutrition does is in good faith. She's a grifter. She's a con artist. Anytime black folks get victimized at the hands of police, who's at the forefront cooning it up and shucking and jiving it up? All the meanwhile, she tried to present her baby in front of a bunch of them white folks, and then white supremacists, they call her baby a monkey and all that. Fuck Candace Owens. So again, we don't benefit from none of these people being in office. We just don't. I know all the videos I did, and I'd be like, criticism of one is not an endorsement of the other. Well, guess what? I don't endorse neither one of these motherfuckers. So this video right here should clear up the discrepancy, just in case anybody have any kind of idea or reservations where I stand on the side of black empowerment. And neither one of these guys stands on the side of black empowerment. So as a result of that, they don't get my vote. So I don't understand. And part of me feel just as guilty as the next person because we try to do all these videos, trying to debunk every low claim about what Kamala Harris is or what Kamala Harris isn't, or what Donald Trump is and what Donald Trump isn't, or whatever like that, right? What's up, Andre Toppin? We keep trying to do these videos and all that, and then people get misconstrued of those videos we do because they don't watch the timeline. They just watch one video and they think, oh, but hey, you talking about Kamala, you must be a Trump supporter. Oh, you talking about Trump, you must be a Kamala supporter. So I got to do videos like this about where I stand. I don't benefit from neither one of these motherfuckers being in office. So what? What Kamala Harris gonna do, huh? When she ran in 2019, talk about she want to give everybody a lift up. All the meanwhile, downtown Willie Mama lifting up her skirt in the 90s. Anybody else who would give her the benefit of the doubt? She would talk about, she would do some lift up act. All these motherfuckers lifting up her skirt and eating that twat 6 days from Sunday. Fuck out of here. Kamala Harris ain't trying to do nothing for black folks but lock us up. What's up, Eddie Foster? And then she would have put out this vague thing about, oh well, when I was a prosecutor, I took on the big banks, and I took on everybody who did the citizens wrong. But yeah, she won't tell them how many of those people she locked up. And when it comes to black folks, though, like a Cherie Peoples or a fucking Jamal Truelove or whatever like that, yeah, she lock up those individuals. But did she lock up Steve Mnuchin for running that One West Bank scam? Hell no, he didn't. Or she didn't. She didn't lock him up. If anything, she let him off the hook. He ends up becoming Trump's Treasury Secretary. What about the case of Matrice Richardson? Right? What happened in that case? Or she used that case for political football. That's why I'm not voting for Kamala Harris, because her reputation precedes her. Leopards don't change their spots. And it's not lost upon me as the vice president, and after she bungled interview after interview after interview, and the Democratic Party pretty much had her in confinement, right? Never to be seen or heard from again. Right? Then they want to parade her around as this newly minted individual when she running for president, when she didn't have to beat nobody, when she didn't have to earn her fucking vote. She ain't had to earn it. It was just given to her. And they want to parade her around like there's some newly minted package as to who she is and what she's all about. We know what she's all about. She ain't about shit. And she would sit up here doing these softball interviews and saying absolutely nothing. Trump, on the other hand, right? Let's look at Trump, right? Now, Ice Cube put out that contract for Black America when he was president, right? Trump took Ice Cube plan for contract for Black America, tried to remix it to his own shit, right? There's nothing tangible behind it. There was no traction behind it. It was just some marketing ploy for him, because that's all he does. He doesn't do anything. He just marketed it like he does. But there's no tangibles behind it. There's no teeth behind his so quote unquote plan for black people. And you think just because he hired some coon ass motherfucker like Ben Carson, a neurosurgeon, and what that motherfucker do? The director of housing and urban development for a neurosurgeon now. Him and his ugly ass wife. Ben Carson, your wife looked like that fucking hog off Angry Birds. You dumbass boy. Boy, boy, I can go off about that shit. And the thing, this whole ass nigga and I have the same goddamn birthday. This super coon extraordinaire and I share the same goddamn birthday, along with Bakari Sellout. What did I do fucking wrong the way my birthday is associated with these fucking coons? Anyway, neither here nor there. Right? Neither here nor there. We back on Trump, right? Motherfuckers out here putting out racist dog whistles, doing racist shit, don't got no plan to address the issues in the black community. He would go to these goddamn black conservative functions and all that, and it was just some marketing ploy. Then we got these stupid ass fucking coons out here just drinking that goddamn Kool-Aid. The fact of the matter is, neither side of the aisle is trying to do anything for black people. Neither one. Speaking of which, let's talk about these black conservatives for a second, right? You know who the usual suspects are. The Jesse Lee Petersons who like dick, right? He like them spicy too. Straight out the smoker, right? Because he likes smoking Spanish dick. So you got Jesse Lee Peterson, who has been allegedly liking gay porn on Twitter, right? Then you got Larry Elder, the Mr. We don't have the fathers in the home type shit. And then we got Kendall Qualls and John Armanchukwu and Shamika Michelle and Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith. All you motherfuckers are goddamn jackasses, sellouts, buck dancers on the right. That's your black conservatives for you, right? Because anytime black people get gunned down at the hands of police, where the fuck they at? Why aren't they addressing that shit? Tim Scott, Byron Donalds, fucking Wesley Hunt, y'all running around here with white wives and shit. Look, the woman, I'm single man, I'm a single man, but the girl I date, she has to be black. Period. Yeah, Andre Toppin, yeah, you got that fake ass Lloyd Banks looking motherfucker. Brian Papa Jew wearing Daryl Scott. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take that back because, I didn't put the title of his name. The fake ass Lloyd Banks, Brian Papa Jew wearing motherfucker, and Dr. Daryl Scott, right? The same Dr. Daryl Scott that, he wanted to meet with the top gang thugs so he get that body count down, right? Need to meet with the top gang thugs, we get that body count down. The fuck out of here. You black conservatives ain't shit. You ain't no different than the Congressional Black Caucus. You ain't no different. Right? Because see, when I'm getting no old nigga Jim Clyburn for putting out them catfish nuggets at his fish fries and shit, when I'm getting no Al Sharpton, when he don't taste the biscuits, he's sitting up here grifting at his National Inaction Network shtick, along with his little funky ass underling Tamika Mallory. And who be in that bitch dancing? wearing them big ass onesies, showing disrespect to Grimace. You guessed it, it's Roland Martin. What's up, Big Wash? Both sides of the aisle, whether it be the black conservatives shilling for Trump or the Congressional Black Caucus and it's Mark Lamont Shills and it's Joy Reids and people they ill shilling for Kamala Harris. Neither one of these motherfuckers benefit us. Neither one. When I say Couch 2024, I fucking mean that shit. I mean that shit. Now, I can't speak for anybody else, right? And I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I can only speak for me. I'm only telling you where I stand on the issue, right? Now, if I got people out there that, that's in my brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let them tell you how they feel. I'm not going to speak for them. I'm not their representative. I'm only can represent me and where I stand on these issues. I see the scams that go on every day out here in DC. I see all the bullshit that goes on in DC, whether it be the backdoor deals, oil fields, the up and coming politician, female, right? Freshman politician who's taking 3 in the mouth at one time for her own come up and shit, right? All that bullshit that's going on, right? And if you really want to know where motherfuckers stand, you take money out of politics. So let me get this straight, right? You got Eric Adams out there in New York, got busted for all that corruption, taking all that money from the Turkish people, right? How come Kamala Harris and Biden ain't protecting him, right? When Eric Adams was sitting up here, when he was the mayor, talking about he was the next, he was the black Joe Biden and shit. Remember that shit? He taking money for all these Turkish people and all that. He gets busted. Kamala Harris come save him? No. What about Kathy Hochul? You ain't heard Kathy Hochul come out in his defense, but Eric Adams sure as hell went to the defense of Kathy Hochul when she was sitting up there at some AI convention out in L.A. You young black kids don't know what a computer is. And Mushmouth gonna sit up there and talk about how she was, how he knows her heart. And she didn't say anything bad and all that. Get your ass out of here, nigga. That's why your ass is where you at. Hey, man, if that's who you want to vote for, man, whatever, bro. If you want to vote for Trump, go vote for Trump. If you want to vote for Kamala Harris, go vote for Kamala Harris. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling y'all that neither one of these motherfuckers is going to benefit you. Neither one. I've been on this earth way too long to let some lying ass fucking politician, try to get another one over on me every 4 fucking years. I'm done with that shit, man. Something got to fucking change. You got prices of goods and services going through the roof. Ain't no way no 1 bedroom out here in DC should cost no damn $2,100 a month. When the rats is still chewing through the goddamn drywall. Make it make sense. But I thought about it. I thought about what was going on, right? But why are the prices so high when it comes to, being able to find stable housing and stuff like that? And it comes down to both sides of the aisle yet again. Because if you remember who deregulated these private entities from buying up all the housing markets and stuff like that, right? It was Bill Clinton in the 90s that did that. And then we had the housing crisis in 2008. Obama could have bailed us out, but he instead chose to bail out the companies and the corporations who was responsible for that bitch crashing in the first place. He bailed out Wall Street and not Main Street. Now these motherfuckers is coming out here buying up all the properties and shit. So again, for all you people talking about, oh, we got to vote blue no matter who, right? Democrats has held the presidency 12 out of the last 16 years. How do we benefit from that? My homeboy got kicked out the fucking military. He ain't even did nothing wrong. He served this country honorably, and he still got kicked out. And my homeboy getting kicked out the military, even though he didn't do nothing wrong, he just happened to get caught up in this numbers game because, oh, we need to downsize the military. Who was in office when that happened? It was Obama. We got nothing. Trump been in office 2017 to 2021. How the black community benefit from that? We didn't. We didn't. Now, if you had like some stocks, bonds, and other stuff, you might have saw a little money in that or whatever. But as far as like tangible benefits to the black community, where homes is being remodeled and redone, streets is safer. We don't got no migrants coming in taking all our shit. Nah. Neither one of these motherfuckers benefited. Nah. And when it comes to the migrant crisis, again, both sides of the aisle. Both sides of the aisle. When it comes to the migrant crisis, play their hand in that. Trump didn't stop no damn migrant crisis. Migrants were still coming across the border in 2017. He was calling them caravans, remember? But yet you let Tim Scott and fucking Byron Donalds tell it, well, we secured the border when Trump was president. No, you didn't. No, he didn't. He ain't secured shit. So again, the migrant crisis, and we always have issues with illegal immigration because again, both sides of the aisle have had a hand in illegal immigration, and I think for the most part, the reason for that is because a lot of their donors have illegal immigrants working in their corporation where they pay them next to nothing. You really think about this, y'all, right? Before I get out of here, because I know I've been going all over the aisle, I've been going all over the place and shit like that, but it doesn't change the message. We've had the same issues every fucking election cycle, whether it be jobs, healthcare, taxes, fucking illegal immigration. Well, all these issues, right? How come they ain't fixed it yet? Neither Republicans or Democrats has fixed these issues. And that should tell you right there, if the same issues keep coming up every election cycle, that means it must be a grift going on. If they really wanted to fix these issues, don't you think they would have fixed these issues by now? And I'm talking about on both sides of the aisle. But all we get is a bunch of infighting, we get a bunch of finger pointing, and we get nothing done. There's no bills getting passed. The Republicans has held the House. They've held control of the House for the last couple of years now, right? Guess how many bills that they have passed since the Republicans took control of the House? Guess how many bills that congressional, that 119th Congress or whatever like that, the Republicans have held control of the office. or of that branch or that sub branch or whatever like that. You get the idea. How many bills have they passed? I can give you a hint. It's a number less than one. It's a number less than one. The Republicans ain't done shit. But we give money to the Ukraine, though. We can give money to Israel. And then you got that director for FEMA, Ben Mayorkas, go come out and talk about how, oh, we ain't got no money to give to the victims of the hurricane because we give all money to the Ukraine and Israel and other places. You don't know what kind of outrage that set off when he said that? That motherfucker really kicked the hornet's nest. But yet, you as the taxpayer citizen, if your house is underwater or your house is a pile of rubble and your car is floating down the river, do mudslides and shit, then you got to apply and then hopefully you get qualified for a one-time $750 payment. Meanwhile, you got migrants coming through the country getting $9,000 a month. $9,000 a month. And motherfuckers is buying houses with that shit. They're opening up businesses with that shit. You got crime going around the country and all that. And again, it's by design. When you think about drugs, murders, right? What's the big drug out here now? Fentanyl, right? If they really wanted to do something about that, they would have. But if you ask me, I think a lot of this shit gets funneled into the black community. Drugs and guns get funneled into the black community. That way we kill off each other and devalue that area. Then some white supremacy can come in, pay whatever money to acquire the land, gentrify the land, and then they make money hand over fist off that land. The fuck out of here, man. If you don't see what the fuck going on, man, ain't nothing else I can fucking tell you. Bro. Anyway. I said my piece, man. I'm out this bitch, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank everybody for tuning in, man. Once again, if you ask me to go vote, I ain't voting. Trump don't benefit the black community. Kamala don't benefit the black community, right? You think I give a fuck about some historic thing to where Ketanji Brown Jackson is going to swear her in, and then it could be one old bootleg orgy at some White House party later on that night. The fuck out of here, man. I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit. Ricky Smiley, eat a dick. Ricky Smiley, get the fuck out of here. You dress like a bitch, and then you talk like a bitch. And then when we confront you for all that bullshit you say, then you want to act like a bitch. So why would I even take a political advice for some nigga that dressed like a bitch? The fuck out of here. Anyway, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms, man. Hey, first goes, man, look, Trump ain't doing nothing either. Once again, he ain't nothing more than a self-serving professional bullshit artist. Let me ask y'all another question, right? Let me ask y'all a question, right? If Trump supposed to be this billionaire, then why he out here peddling Bibles and selling cards with him looking like fucking Superman and shit? If he's supposed to be this goddamn billionaire, what billionaire you know is out here peddling Bibles and shoes and shit and fake ass $100,000 watches and shit? What billionaire you know that's doing that? He got some Bible that costs like $60 that got the Bill of Rights and the Constitution on it with fake ass fucking leather. If you really want to read the Bible, you can download that bitch for free. And if you really want to pay for it, it'll probably cost you no more than $5-6 on Amazon. Hell, just go to your church. The reverend will fucking give you a Bible. You don't even have to buy one. You don't even have to download one. Just take your ass to a church on Sunday, approach the pastor. Hey, pastor. Hey, I know that you get involved in all kinds of steamy shenanigans in the back with the deaconesses and all that, right? And I know that you have, a couple deaconesses that you are getting involved with from time to time, right? But hey, aside from your steamy shenanigans making the room stink in the back, right? Because, see, when you out here in public baptizing the congregation in water, you out here baptizing holes in the back with your dick. But hey, aside from all that, hey, you got a Bible you can spare? Sure, brother. Just wait right there. I'll get you one, brother. Thank you, Jesus. Right? He goes in the back. He'll get you a free, newly minted Bible that he blew the dust off of because they got them stacked up with next to the hymn books. Right? He'll give you a free Bible. You don't need to pay no $60 fucking dollars with no fake leather, with no goddamn Bill of Rights and the Constitution. You think the people that Donald Trump be serving his red meat to read that shit? You got funky ass white supremacists with a generation gap in their mouth and they can't fucking read. And the two teeth they do happen to have in their mouth is in the back, is black and yellow like the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. Anyway. You guys let me know what y'all think, man. This your boy. Scream at me. Hurt!